Hello, weebs! If you've clicked this thumbnail, you're either a Magic the Gathering fan who maybe has a love-hate relationship with Universes Beyond, or you're a weeb, but one of those weebs that started out watching Nickelodeon shows. The big soft confirmation is that Avatar: The Last Airbender is coming to Magic the Gathering, but it's not been confirmed. It's kind of heavily implied and hinted at. Shout out to Lunarian_13 on Reddit who noticed this about 2 days ago and was posted to my Discord server where my patrons hang out and chat Magic. And if you want to join that Discord server, get involved, and I will even call you names on there. I might even call you a then you can go to patreon.com and give me $2 a month, which is more than any monetized ad revenue ever would be from your views. Link in the description below. What Lunarian pointed out on Reddit is that the current daily deal system over the last 4 to 5 days have been alluding to and paying homage to the themes of the upcoming standard sets. We had loads of vehicles for Aether Drift in the upcoming race set, dragons for Dragons of Tarkir, but it's not called Dragons of Tarkir, it's called like a Dragon Storm, that's the one. Then we got a car with Final in its name and some crystals. It's some sort of Final Fantasy weeb shit. If you want to see more about the Final Fantasy weeb shit, I did a whole video on it explaining it to people like me who have no idea what it is. And that's why he 3D printed that statue of her with realistically rendered bulge. And that's why he insisted on installing the lingerie mod for the remake onto your PC. And now your girlfriend thinks you're weird. She just doesn't understand. This is art. Loads of cards with star in the name to reference the space opera set that's coming up. That is probably my pick of the year for the one I'm most excited about. Spiders, which is Spider-Man. For those who don't know, we're getting a Marvel Spider-Man set, draftable set. And then we got this image here. This image pertains to the Universes Beyond that we don't know yet. They're yet to be announced Universes Beyond. You can see it on this roadmap here. These are all the standard sets coming from Spider-Man through to Dragon Storm and similar. There's one at the end of the year that we don't know yet. And if you were really behind the news, all of these are standard legal. That's just something we found out in Vegas last year. We have fire, water, earth, air, and then 2 benders. Like I said, this is a soft allusion and reference, but it's very hard to figure out anything else this could be. Pretty much everyone is in the same boat that they believe this is going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender. This also lines up quite well with the fact that Nickelodeon are the owners of SpongeBob, and we know we're getting a SpongeBob collaboration this year. That means that there could be other collaborations that have been agreed on at the same time. Avatar, SpongeBob, and if I'm honest, the most exciting one potential for that is I believe Nickelodeon currently own Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is something I actually like. So I'd like to see some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards, especially if they are in the art style of either the original comics, or more preferable for me, the cartoon series that I loved as a kid. As for Avatar: The Last Airbender, a anime adjacent Western show about people who can manipulate the elements to do sort of martial arts, yeah, I guess. I'm not really fussed. I'm actually completely indifferent. It's weird because, like, at this point, I don't really hate any of the current Universes Beyonds that are coming. They're either funny, like with SpongeBob, or incredibly exciting, like with the Marvel stuff, or they're not my cup of tea, but I'm still like tangentially aware of them and interested to see what we do with it, like with Final Fantasy. Airbender is an absolute like non-entity for me. I just don't give a shit. It's never been something that absolutely interests me in any way. I did for some reason watch the like live action film that came out that was terrible. I think it was meant to be so bad that it's bordering on bad but good, but not quite. So I just watched it when it released on Pirate, I think it was. Am I allowed to say that in a video? I mean, I was 14, 15. What can you do? Sue me. Actually, looking at the release date, I wasn't that young. It was only 15 years ago. But I am 21. I guess it's probably closest to Assassin's Creed for me, where I just didn't care. Or at least I formerly did like the Assassin's Creed games, so maybe it's even less than that. It's going to be an interesting latter part of the year where I'm obviously going to cover the set and talk about the cards and play with them, but have just absolutely zero fucks. But it's not bad enough for me to dislike it. I mean, I've heard the show is meant to be quite good if you're into that kind of thing, so I'm not opposed to it existing. This isn't quite Guy Fieri or Gordon Ramsay crossovers yet. I'm actually quite pro Universes Beyond for the most part, with some of them like the Doctor Who one getting me into the intellectual property that Magic was crossing over with. I can't see that happening with Airbender, but you never know. I actually built a Assassin's Creed deck based off one of the new cards. I actually built Arbaz Mir, who's a really fun, aggressive, like nickel and dime, ping, ping, ping sort of commander, but I have absolutely no enthusiasm and no cares to go and find out what that character is like in the Chronicles game that it comes from. So we've already had a set that didn't do the Doctor Who thing where it got me into it, weirdly. So I don't expect that for this. If anything, I guess the one downside of all this, or the one negative emotion I have, is that it feels like a wasted slot for me in a rather selfish way. I'm not saying that it has to be this way, but selfishly, I would love it if every Universes Beyond comes out that I'm actually at least mildly interested in. Final Fantasy being a good example of my lower level of enthusiasm, but I'm still excited to see what they do with Final Fantasy. This in some ways feels like a wasted slot for me because I just don't really care. Nothing about it is intriguing or interesting to me. I don't hate it, but I feel almost nothing, like an emptiness for that slot. Sad, really. But with the increasing number of releases coming, 6 standard sets a year, for example, plus whatever other Secret Lair and other releases we get dropped on us over the course of 2025, it's becoming increasingly harder to care about every single set release. So to be fair, even someone like me whose day job is talking about and covering Magic and making videos about Magic, maybe there are some sets that I just need to care less about, and that's fine. It's part of the new way of engaging with the hobby, which is Magic the Gathering. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.